Hello, I'm Steve Venuti from HDMI Licensing. In this presentation, I'll cover how to become an HDMI adopter and provide a quick overview of some adopter benefits and responsibilities. I'll also explain the steps you'll need to follow to become an adopter and start using the HDMI standard in your products. First, why become an HDMI adopter? The HDMI specification is not an open standard. You must be licensed by HDMI Licensing, LLC, in order to implement the HDMI standard in any product or component, whether it's for sale to consumers or to other businesses. Companies that have been licensed to use the HDMI standard are referred to as HDMI adopters. While earlier versions of the HDMI specification can be downloaded for review by the public from the hdmi.org website, only adopters have the right to view the latest releases of the specification, such as 1.4 and 1.4a. Furthermore, only adopters can access the HDMI Compliance Test Specifications, or CTS, that are used for compliance testing and certification, which are required before any HDMI product can be legally sold. Now, let's look at some of the advantages of being an adopter. Besides having access to the full HDMI specifications and related intellectual property rights, adopters also receive the rights to use the HDMI logos and trademarks on their products and in their marketing materials. Adopters are recognized with a listing on the HDMI website and can have their products listed and promoted in the official HDMI Product Finder database. Adopters can also gain more exposure by participating in joint marketing activities such as the annual HDMI Developers Conference, technology seminars, the CES Tech Zone, and other industry and press events. In exchange for these rights and benefits, the adopter agrees to pay an annual fee and, when applicable, quarterly royalties on a per-unit basis. Adopters are required to maintain the confidentiality of proprietary information and to comply with the adopted trademark and logo guidelines that help maintain the integrity of the HDMI brand and identity system. If you click on the Manufacturers tab on the HDMI website, you'll find a link labeled Becoming an Adopter. This web page contains an online form. Filling it in and submitting it is the first step to becoming an adopter. You'll need to provide your company information, the name of a primary contact person who will administer this program, and a few details about your proposed use of the technology. The primary contact should be someone who can manage your company's role as an adopter on a day-to-day basis, including routine program communications, royalty reporting and payment, and so forth. If your company needs to change the primary contact to a different person later, it will be a simple process. In the section of the form labeled Licensing Options, you'll need to select the type of manufacturing you intend to do and choose how you'd like to pay the annual fee that is required of all adopters. If your intention is strictly to manufacture HDMI test equipment, select Manufacturers of Test Equipment. All other applicants should select Manufacturers of End Products that will include HDMI. You will also be asked to choose how you prefer to pay your annual fee. There are two options here. The standard fee is $10,000 per year. The alternative fee consists of $5,000 per year plus an additional $1 administrative fee per product sold. Whichever plan you select, keep in mind that adopters are also required to pay per unit royalties on every end user product sold, ranging from 4 cents to 15 cents, with the lowest rate paid by adopters who use the HDMI logo and incorporate the HDCP copy protection standard into their HDMI products. For more details about annual fees and royalties, please refer to the Fees and Royalties training module. Once you submit the online application, you will receive an email confirmation with a link to the HDMI adopter agreement. Please download the agreement and review it in detail to fully understand your rights and obligations. Complete and sign 2 copies of the agreement and send both signed copies in the mail to HDMI Licensing. Once we receive and approve your signed agreement, we'll create an account for your company and send a countersigned copy of the contract back to you by mail within 2 to 3 weeks. You'll also receive an invoice for your first year's annual fee, as well as an electronic copy of the invoice by email. Once you've executed a wire transfer to pay for your first year's annual fee, you will have completed the process of becoming an HDMI adopter, and your company can start using the HDMI specifications and related intellectual property. Thank you.